Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to bed in new brake pads. So I've just put new brake pads in my Honda Civic and I'm going to go bed them in. So the reason you need to bed brake pads is so that they essentially match the surface of the rotor so that they can work at their best performance. There's a couple of more technical things that happen as well, but it's not really relevant. What's relevant is that you need to do the procedure so that the brakes perform as they should whenever you have a new brake pad and new rotor so that they match together. Now, what you generally want to do is a series of stops going at successively higher speeds. So you would start by going about 50 kilometers an hour, which is about 30 miles, slowing down to about 5 miles or about 10 kilometers an hour, and do about 5 to 10 of those. And then you want to speed it up a bit, go to about 70 or 80 kilometers an hour, which I think is about 45, 50 miles an hour, if I'm not mistaken, and then slow it down as well and do about 3 to 5 of them. Now, some pad manufacturers have slightly different requirements for how many stops at what speeds, but generally speaking that's the procedure. There might just be some minor differences. So once you've done that, you want to let the brakes cool down afterwards. So don't drag on the brakes, don't use them heavy, don't do any emergency stops, and don't sit on them for long periods of time. So obviously you can slow the car down to slow down and stop, but you don't want to be sitting on them at a light, for example, or at a stop sign, because what's going to happen is, because it's so hot, the pad can actually start essentially welding itself to the disc, and what will happen is you'll end up with like pad deposits or pieces of pad on the disc, and then you'll end up with what's known as rotor warp, and you've basically screwed the rotor and now you need to get new rotors. So don't sit on the pad for a while, give it about 15 minutes and just take it easy and just drive real slow. After a few minutes of driving, you can pull over and just sit the car for maybe 10 minutes and just let the brakes really cool down, but don't put the handbrake up because it's gonna likely seize by putting it up because of all the heat. So just keep that in mind. We're going to go now. I'm going to run through this procedure and show you the procedure as I do it. So you'll see me bed my new pads in. Let's go. So now I've performed all the stops and I can feel the brakes are starting to get hot and not performing as well. So I'm going to let them cool down now and just take it real slow to the end of this road, and that's basically it. So after this, once they've cooled down, we should be good to go after that.